What's up, guys? Eric Prey, Focus Fishing Guide Service, Table Rock Fishing Intel. Got another video fishing report for you for Table Rock. It is Tuesday, September the 8th. Happy birthday to my wife, today being her birthday. Of course, I'm out here fishing. Been on the water quite a bit. Spent the weekend over on Taneycomo. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I did not want to deal with the Labor Day traffic over here, so pretty much everything I did was on Taneycomo over the weekend. But up into the Labor Day weekend, I was on Table Rock every day. As far as our lake level is concerned, we're at 915.6, which puts us dang near a 1.5 feet below normal. Who'd have thunk it with how high the water was earlier, but the Corps has flushed it all out. They've got beaver dropped down to normal levels, so Bull Shoals, you're next. You're about 16 foot high, so hopefully they'll get that dropped down. Water temperature, right around 80, 81 degrees here in the Shell Knob area today. I know that down by the dam it's about the same, so it's pretty much the same all over. We've got this front coming in, so it will probably cool the water temperature off. Not sure what it's going to do to the fish right now, but we do have a pretty significant cold front coming in later this week, so we'll see what that does. Keeping that in mind, if you guys want to stay on top of where the fish are every day of the week, you need to check out TableRockFishingIntel.com. We've got weekly reports, we have got maps, we've got daily reports. We've got 10 different guides that are out there every day, and whoever has the best information for us, we put it on that website. So with your $45 a year, that gets you access to all that information. If you fish Table Rock on a regular basis, or even if you just fish it, a couple times a month, this will keep you in tune to where the fish are, how they're biting, what they're biting on, just for that, just for 45 bucks a year joining Table Rock Fishing Intel. So check it out, do the 1-day free trial period. If it's for you, great. Sign up, become a member, and check out TableRockFishingIntel.com. Anyway, if you guys are coming down, so you're going to fish the lower end of the lake, still going to want to have a topwater tied on. It's not as good of a bite there as it is in other parts of the lake, but on those steeper, rocky, and even ledge rock type banks, we are catching them on a whopper plopper and a buzzbait and a few on a spook and a popper. So we're catching them up there shallow. Most of the fish we catch are going to be pretty close to the bank, usually less than 2 or 3 feet off the bank, so you're basically parallel on the bank. That's how we're catching them on a topwater down there. Drop shot bite is probably the strongest, most consistent bite on the lower end of the lake. Using the Jack and Jaws drop shad, using the Yamamoto cuttail, UV drop shot worm and Chomper's drop shot worm, all those are working. Most of the fish are coming on gravel. They're not coming out of the trees. We're catching them on those long gravel runouts still, anywhere from about 24 feet when it's cloudy, all out to about 32 to 33 feet deep if it's sunny. So keep that in mind if you're down there. The other bite that's working down there pretty well for me has been through casting the Jewel Scuba Spoon. A lot of fish just randomly busting small schools of shad, small groups of shad right below the surface out on those gravel runouts. You can't really count on it as I'm going to go out and just cast a spoon all day long, but what I've been doing is, as my clients are drop shotting, or if I'm fishing with a buddy and he's drop shotting, I'll keep the spoon in my hand and wait for him to bust. There's enough of them busting, and you can cast that spoon far enough that you can really reach out and get those fish. And if you want to learn how to do that, check out on Table Rock Fishing Intel. We did a video about it last week, and you can see exactly what we're looking for and exactly how we're catching those fish. Go up in the mid-lake area. Topwater bite's definitely better in the mid-lake than it is down by the dam. Again, we're looking at steeper banks, whether they're 45-degree chunk rock, ledge rock, or whatever, not necessarily sheer bluffs, but steep banks, and parallel them with either a whopper plopper, a buzzbait, a little bit with a spook, a little bit with a popper, but it seems like the more you can cover water, the better you're going to do doing that. And chase the shade. That's another key factor of this. Try to hit those shady banks. Hit it first thing in the morning, and then once the sun gets up, hit those shady banks. That's where we're catching the fish on the topwater down there. Catching them drop shotting still. Jack and Jaws drop shad, Yamamoto cuttail, UV drop shot worm, and Chomper's drop shot worm. All those are working. Again, it's more on gravel than it is in the treetops. Just there are fish in the trees, just having a really hard time getting those fish to commit, getting those fish to bite. So most of them are coming out on the gravel points, anywhere from 24-ish on a cloudy day to about 32 to 35 foot deep. Football jig bite is starting to turn on a little bit. It's not the most reliable pattern right now, but you can catch them on a football jig. out on those gravel points, same gravel runouts. Seems like if you get a cloudy day or if you've got a good chop on the water, like a 10 or 15 mile an hour breeze, you can catch them on those gravel runouts with a Pee Wee football jig or the big heavy cover football jig. Either one has been working anywhere from about 18 to about 25 foot deep, and most of those fish have been smallmouth, but we have hooked a few and got a few decent largemouth in doing that as well. And then the spoon bite, either pitching it around docks with the worldwide spoon or casting that jewel scuba spoon to either busting fish or fish that you can see on your live scope. Go up into the James, definitely got a good jig bite up the James. The jig bite and the topwater bite are about the only two things I would do in the James right now. Topwater is the same bite that we've been talking about everywhere else on the lake. Get on those steeper banks. Ledge rock, chunk rock, 45 degree, maybe even a little bit steeper, but not necessarily a bluff, both main lake and back in the creek arms. Those channel swing banks, paralleling. Get your boat fairly close, and that way you're keeping your bait in the strike zone for as long as possible. Basically, you're casting right up against the bank, foot to maybe 3 feet at most off of the bank, reel it in fairly quickly. Doing better with the whopper plopper, doing better with the buzzbait than I am with a spook or a Sammy or popper right now, just because I can cover water a lot faster, and just that's why. I mean, I'm covering water, putting that bait in front of more fish throughout the day. Jig bite's been strong, catching a few around boat docks. Ants Creek had some fish in boat docks last week. Woolley, we caught some in the boat docks as well. Flipping or pitching the Jewel Pro Spider jig, 7/16 and Okeechobee Blue with a green pumpkin trailer on it. Mostly using the Zoom Speed Craw. And catch them on a football jig up there as well. Either the Pee Wee football jig or the heavy cover football jig. Those fish have been, especially if it's cloudy, but those fish have been shallower than they are in other parts of the lake, mostly on gravel with a good drop off near it, anywhere from about 12 to about 20 feet deep. Get more bites on the Pee Wee, catch better fish on the heavy cover, or if you're fishing around brush piles, make sure you're using the heavy cover jig, and again using the Speed Craw as a trailer on that. Come up into the White River where I am today. Today was kind of frustrating, to be honest with you. We saw a lot of fish. We had had one good one on a buzzbait right off, had a couple of shorts on a whopper plopper, had a few more blow-ups, but they really, a lot of slapping at the bait, not a lot of eating it. Second cast, I think, first or second cast, I had one roll on a buzzbait and he just flat missed it. So I think that bite is just a little bit, all the bites were a little bit off today, but that bite was definitely off today. But you can catch them, again, steeper rocky banks, either chunk rock, ledge rock, 45 degree or greater, parallel on the bank, not perpendicular, throwing it parallel, trying to keep it in that 2 to 3 feet off of the bank the entire cast. That's where you're going to catch the fish doing that. Drop shot rigs, the other thing we did up here, use the Jack and Jaws drop shad, and that's what we caught the rest of our fish on, but it was slow. We saw a lot more fish than we got bit. Really had to work them, really had to get them to follow the bait up and then drop it in front of their face to get them to bite it. So it was kind of a tough day on the drop shot rig. But you can catch them on the Jack and Jaws drop shad, you can catch them on the cut tail, you can catch them on the Chompers drop shot worm and UV drop shot worm up here. Again, gravel runouts, everything's on gravel, 28 to 32 feet deep when it's sunny. Move that up about 5 feet when it's cloudy. They move up a little bit when it's cloudy, but you can still catch them on a cloudy day in a drop shot. And then the spoon, cast the spoon quite a bit, had a couple of them hit it, slap at it. It was kind of like the same thing with a topwater bite. They're just not eating it well. Today there's something off. I mean, we had a southeast wind, so that might have had something to do with it. It might have been they're recovering from the boat traffic over the weekend. I don't know. It was just a much tougher day to day than it should have been. We saw a lot of fish. We just didn't catch a lot of fish. Guys, we're finally past Labor Day, which is fantastic. We've got the lake back. The boat traffic was definitely down today, which is great, and it will continue to decrease as we get into September. Hopefully we are going to get this cold front they're talking about this weekend or this week, and it'll cool things down, get the water temperature cooled down, and get these fish moving. Again, check out Table Rock Fishing Intel. We will keep you up to date on everything that's happening every day. I'm on the water for the next, I think, 10 or 12 days in a row, and I'll be posting reports every day, plus the other guides will be posting reports. So definitely join Table Rock Fishing Intel so you can stay in tune to what's going on the lake every day. But guys, if you're coming down, Want to hire a guide? Give me a call. It's Focus Fishing Guide Service. You can reach me at 417-860-4743 or hit my website, focusfishing.com, and either shoot me an email or book online. Either way, I get back to you as soon as I can. Guys, thanks for watching the videos. Take a minute to subscribe if you haven't done that, but thanks for watching. Can't wait to hear from you. We'll see you on the water.